Yay! This is the 30-day challenge of 30 things that you don't know about me. And I put a shout out on Facebook last night to say that I didn't have any questions because I'd ran out of questions. And the questions that are coming are absolutely brilliant. I was in stitches laughing at them last night. So I'm really looking forward to getting to them for you, right? So I have my phone here, and the first question that I'm going to answer is for Martina. Martina, if you live locally here in Drogheda, Martina has an absolutely brilliant dressmaking company and tailoring. She looks after me and all of the stuff that I need either altered or taken care of. So her Facebook page is called Martina Sews, and she looks gorgeous in her profile. She's wearing a beautiful pink jacket, so you won't miss her on blonde hair. Blonde bombshell from Drogheda. So her question is, did you go to your Debs? If so, what was your style? I think it's hilarious, Martina, that you asked me that question because I'm from Dublin 5 and that's where my school was. And when the committee were organising the Debs, we actually had our Debs in the Boyne Valley Hotel, which is 2 minutes from my house. So I have lovely memories of this part of Drogheda from like being 17. And I absolutely did go to my Debs, and I went the total whole hog. Myself and Lisa McKittrick made a dog's dinner out of our Debs, and there was literally, we could have bought a car. There was so much money spent on that event, it wasn't even funny. And I had a big row with my boyfriend the night before, and he says, I'm not going to your Debs. And I can't remember if I did get in touch with Neil or I had some kind of conversation with Neil. There was some kind of conversation with Neil anyway, where he was going to be my backup if me and my boyfriend at the time weren't talking. But he was trying to, keep me over a barrel at that stage. So even back then, Neil and I would have been very tight. But what style did I go for? Well, at that time in my life, I was buying all of my clothes in a shop in Temple Bar called Shay She. And it was a second-hand clothes shop, and myself and Lisa used to go in every single Saturday morning with like £10, and we would come out dressed from head to toe, hats, shoes, the whole shebang. And it was 60s and 70s clothes that we would have worn at the time. So we were really funky and kind of out there in comparison to what other people were wearing. And I remember coming home with a pair of yellow leather trousers. I have pictures of myself. I will pop it in underneath this post. And I remember my mum saying, oh, it's just a phase. Oh, it's just a phase. This phase went on for years. And there was a second branch of Shay She that operated across the street. It opened up after maybe 2 years of us buying our clothes there. And it was the designer version of Shay She. So it was Irish designers that were making once-off pieces or maybe three types of one thing. But it was very bespoke and it was very, very expensive. So myself and Lisa, being fashionista snobs at the time, used to hang out a lot in there, and we used to buy all our clothes. Like the amount of money that was spent on clothes wasn't even funny when you think about it. But I don't regret it for a second. I'm absolutely delighted that we did. So Lisa McKittrick bought her dress in Shay She, the designer version, right? It was absolutely beautiful on her. It was purple. There was a circle cut out of the centre. There was a drawstring. Like it was out there. It was amazing on her, and she wore it so well. Mandarin collar, hair up. She was gorgeous. I I got my dress. It wasn't a dress actually. I went for a top and a skirt, which would have been very unusual back then. A girl by the name of Claire Garvey. She's an absolutely fantastic Irish designer. I bought my top and my skirt from her, and she was selling her clothes in the design centre at the time. And like that, it cost a small fortune, and I still have that outfit. And I've been in touch with Claire since because in more recent times, Claire would have sold clothes to girls who were going to their Debs. And I had a conversation with Claire where I said, I am the proud owner of your first Debs outfit, because her gear at the time wouldn't have been considered for Debs clothes. Only the out there alternative people would have thought like that. There now, I'm shining my own halo there. Uh, but Claire was brilliant because I loved the colour. It was transparent and completely see-through, this outfit. So she helped me redesign it, and I put up a picture of it. It was lovely. And she gathered, it was a long top that split from like literally under your breastbone, and she gathered it then at the back. She brought it to her own, the people who used to kind of tailor stuff for her, and gathered it all in the back. It was like a fishtail at the back. It was amazing. And then she brought me to another company that made literally a replica of the outfit that she had made, just like in lining material, so I could wear it underneath, so it wasn't completely transparent. So I can tell you something, I rocked that outfit, and people were calling me a genie at the time. Everybody said I looked like a genie in a bottle, and I had the skin tone of a genie because I was living on the sunbeds, the absolute hackney. So that didn't happen for too much longer after that, until we all copped on what sunbeds did. But I was like a mahogany sideboard going around, and I loved me Deb's outfit, and I still have it up there. I'll never ever part with it. So to answer your question, yes, I did, and it was absolutely out there. And I'm delighted to say that it was just across the road in the Boyne Valley Hotel. So keep the questions coming, lads, because I'm loving invoking all the memories and loving sharing all my stories with you. So keep the questions coming, pop them in underneath, and I'll answer more tomorrow. Take care. Slán.